Hey everyone, welcome to another news breakdown here on SHODO-Pop. Alright, as always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos, and today, well, we actually have 2 weeks to get through because I didn't put out a video last week, but that's okay, because this week's news actually wasn't too spectacular. It wasn't too much that we already didn't know, but let's dive into last week's and then get into this week's news, and starting off with this guy. It's Kamen Rider Demons, I think that's his name, and this is Spider-Man. This is a very fun looking suit. I'm very excited to see this in Buy 2. Yes, this is coming out next month. Absolutely cannot wait for this guy. Let's take a closer look at him. So if you notice, his legs do have that same sort of slightly cut out pattern, just like Revi's did. They were talking about with, Revi. They were talking about with Revi how they made it so that his legs were a lot more flush with the crotch area, and they extended that here. On top of that, even though it is very well hidden, it still can get as much range of motion as possible out of it. Another thing about range of motion is that, the drawer joints do remain here on this release, so we are still getting those here. Very excited about that. I hope that comes into other characters in this line going forward. There might be a few that get missed. I believe Kamen Rider Caliber last year had some sort of difference that everyone else wasn't able to share. But yeah, this is great. On top of that, here's a closer look at the chest so we can get a look at the design on his chest. And this is done to mimic that sort of spider thread pattern, the webbing. And this is all done in sticker detail. And that's mostly because they wanted to get that subtle, I guess, color in the background with the dots that make it look like this little graded pattern. I think it really works out. This detail actually does extend over into the shoulder, which, oh boy, yikes. But it does make sense that this happened the way it did just because of how much detail they wanted to put in here. I'm certainly fine with this, and like, how would you even paint that? I mean, you could probably hand paint it, but that would probably bring the cost up very high. Either way, excited for this. Also, it seems here that the way that this guy separates isn't the same way that SHODO typically does. And that's because, I don't know, molding, I guess. He just does not do the typical SHODO things. The chest doesn't get removed, the back doesn't get removed. You can't do that. And to be fair, not too many of the Saber figures did. You know, there were some that don't, some lines even that don't even fit that sort of play pattern. Even Build broke away from that play pattern. So this makes sense here. I am still very excited to see this. Also, that is basically it for Buy 2 from that week, but we will get more. Moving on here, we're going to be talking about SHODO-X. Now, they revealed, or at least went over again, the most recent SHODO-X release, but they decided, hey, we're going to show off the newest SHODO-X release. Or rather, they showed off SHODO-O, and then they gave us a preview into what the next SHODO-X will be. And that is starting with Kamen Rider Drive. Yes, we are finally getting Drive in this main line. And it's been quite a while since he's been represented in Candy Toy. It has been since his release in his own Candy Toy line. He has not gotten any other figures since, so I am so excited to see him here. And that was one of the ones that I feel like needed an upgrade. For me, at least, Wizard and Forze, those figures were really solid on their own, but this figure absolutely needed an update. And on top of that, he's going to be coming with his door gun, so that's very fun, and it has separated color plastic, and I really appreciate it. I don't know, just the colors on this thing are all really good. Same with the colors on his sword. Yes, the blue gets picked out, and I love it. I love the look of this thing. This is the Handle Ken, I think, the handle sword. Very good look here. I'm just so happy about it. Also, he can do the Tire Kokon, the form changes here. They managed to put the gimmick in here, and SHODO SHODO-X has been doing that a lot more frequently recently, so I can only commend them for doing something like this. It's very awesome. You're getting oh no, I don't remember any of the names. This one's like Fueru, and that's all I know about that one. This next one is the ninja one, the one that throws the shuriken. Man, I got tested on it. Literally got tested on this on Geek Each Week a day or two ago, and I still don't remember the names. And you also get a tire option for the monster truck looking one. The monster, I'm not going to try to figure it out now, but you do get this tire, and that's very, very awesome. But that's not all you're getting, because this is a drive-focused wave, because the next figure they revealed is Dark Drive. Very, very cool, and very, very expected in terms of, like, you know, what they tend to do when it comes to re-releasing the same mold. I get it. This totally makes sense. I do wonder, however, if he does incidentally work with a play pattern just because, you know, his body might be able to do that. I don't know. I'm excited to find out if that is the case. But this is a very, very nice looking suit. And, you know, opens up the door to, I don't know, what's going to be in the next Shodo. Oh, there's obviously the easy gold drive, or gourd drive if you're a Figure Arts. And there are plenty of other drive suits that basically look the exact same as Drive. But what I really want out of all of this would be the Drive form from Surprise Future, like his son. Once again, forgot the name. I typically forget names. That's just how that happens here. But I'm very excited about this. Future Drive? Is that it? I don't remember. Either way, very cool. He's not the only one that we are getting, though, because... Oh, this is just him posed again. My bad. We also have Go here, and this is one of, if not my favorite suits. I'm just so excited to see this represented, because like my initial Candy Toy one, I decided, ooh, it'd be a great idea to paint this, and then I screwed it all the way up. So it's very nice to be able to get another crack at this one. So excited to get him. He has his own personalized hands to do those poses. Oh man, I'm so looking forward to this guy. It looks great. Even the metallic blue is picked out in each of those little like window-like areas on his thighs. Very good stuff. I do wonder how the helmet will work, if maybe perhaps it would open up. I feel like if it did open up like the motorcycle helmet, then, you know, they would have shown it off here, but they have not, so that's still up in the air. Either way, they're using a clear plastic over what I assume is painted plastic, and I think that is a very good look from Mach. Anyway, that's it for this guy, but that is not it for SHODO-X. This wave still includes some more figures. Now, they did say that this wave is actually the wave that includes the most unique boxes. This includes 8 unique boxes. So, the next box we have is not the one that I showed off here today. I also forgot to mention that he does have his gun, and that gun is included in the accessory set. So that's very nice. I don't know if the accessory set will include more stuff. It probably won't. But this does seem to me a bit sparse. So I wonder if there's some secrets in there that we don't know about, or if this is just how it's going to be. Anyway, hey! My lead-in from earlier, it's Skyrider. And not just Skyrider, we do also have his, I guess, amped up form. Whatever this form is for him, I'm not 100% sure, but it is a new form / just a new suit, like a renewed version of the suit. Not quite sure. Either way, he does come with his bike, and I gotta be honest, did not think they'd put the Suzuki logo on there, but it is there. I don't know how much extra they had to pay for licensing, or if that's even a thing they'd need to do with them, but that's very cool. Either way, he can ride it happily. It does, in my eyes, seem a little bit undersized. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know in the comments down below if you're seeing it. But that is basically it for the next SHODO-X wave. It's coming out so far in the future, even I forgot when it comes out. But I am very excited to see this released, mostly because I really want the Drive figures, and I do wonder if in the future, not only would we get the SHODO-O releases in, you know, that work with this one, but what if we get a SHODO-X Trideron? That would be fun. I'll take one of those. But yeah, it opens up so many doors to various premium Bandai sets, so I do wonder what's in store. Anyway, that is it for last week. Now let's move on into this week, where we have the Eagle Genome. Yes, SHODO, Eagle, Eagle Genome, Vice, and Revi. I probably should have said that the other way around. Either way, these are very cool figures, and they do come with some much-needed accessories for this line. Revi comes with the Axe version of the Oin Buster 50, so I'm very happy about that. And then Vice actually comes with actual punchy fists, like the dedicated punchy fists with no holes in them. Very, very nice to see this. And this is coming in by 2 alongside the other set of punchy fists for Revi, so everyone's getting them. And I'm just so happy about it. Also, let's just take a closer look at these guys. It appears that Revi is getting a whole lot of paint here. There's tons of purple on the chest, even on the head. Going on down to the legs, you have, you know, the typical legs painted, as well as the skirt detail fully painted. Even the... Oh man, maybe that blue might be a sticker, but it fooled me, so it's a good sticker. I like that sticker. It's very nice. I definitely appreciate the look of this thing and as much paint as they decided to put into it. Also, let's take a look at Vice, and he does have the typical double half and half look. There's green here on this side. They said they had to go through like 6 different versions of this paint to get the right vivid green, and it definitely checks out. This other side is actually done in like a gunmetal gray, so that looks very good, gives it a lot of contrast. And then also we have the wings that are each done on this side and this side only in sticker. The other side completely left blank, unfortunately, but we do get fully painted shins, so that's very cool. And they wanted to point out that they were only able to do this, like add all this paint, like to the shoulders, to the forearms, to the shins, because they were just easy spots to paint, and it made it easy for them to do. And they layered on the paint as much as they could. Also, as usual, his chest sticker, or his chest detail is done in paint. It is stamped craft printed. I love it. I love that they do that. I hope they keep doing it. Anyway, that is it for these guys. Let's take a closer look at this gun, because there are some interesting things to note about it. This is in the other version, so the peg is swapped to the, I guess, barrel side, and there should be open spaces there for the trigger finger and the grip where they decided to point it out, but they could not actually put those empty spaces there, mostly because of strength and safety concerns. So you know, that's acceptable. That's fine. I don't mind it at all. It looks good enough for me. Also, here's a look at the paintwork they did on the shoulder pads and the skirt. Like I said, they had a lot of opportunities to paint it, and they just wouldn't did it. The thing is, they wanted to point out that yes, they did paint the back sides of these. They didn't, you know, detail any of the back sides of the feathers earlier, but they did paint the backs of these, mostly because it was requested in the surveys. They understand and take our feedback, so definitely fill those surveys out. Those are always linked in the description down below. Hey, next up, I think we have to witness this. I don't know, man. They're transforming, and boy, those stickers look kind of rough. But gosh, this is certainly happening right in front of our eyes. Oh boy. Yep. Wings. Done. You're done. It's an eagle. It's not their fault. Once again, this is not SHODO's fault. They have recreated it to the best of their ability. gosh. Okay. Alright. Well, there's this thing. There's this actual strut back here in order to keep everything in place. Here's more of a, you know, a look with everything removed. Still very awkward look. Don't like the look of this, but, you know, we continue. Actually, in terms of swapping out pieces, the chest gets swapped out for this thing that has a peg sticking out of his neck, and you have the bird on a separate piece. That separate piece does have a hinge on the peg, so you can actually, you know, plug it in like this, or you could have it like that if you want him to have a really big chest. If that is what you feel like doing. Or you can have him pecking down on Vice. Like this. It's an option. Alright, cool. So, in terms of other swappable pieces, the shins get a full swap here. And then also, going to the display stand, the weapon can't actually fit on the typical weapon ports, but what you can do is you can peg the peg into the circular hole at the top there for the display stand. So that's really neat. On top of that, G found out that you could actually peg things into that little empty space there in the display stand, so that's very neat. He was happy to discover that because he didn't know that was possible. But that's very cool. He's even discovering things about his own toys, and it made him feel like a fan. So that's very awesome. I love that he's discovering things just like we are. Also, that is basically it for Buy 2. These are all the figures, but we still have like the full-on accessory set to show. There is the rest of it. Like, these are all the figures, these are all the characters that are going to be in Buy 2. We are going to be getting the rest of Buy 2 next week, I believe, but we are not going to be seeing any sort of characters from Buy 2. There are no more characters in Buy 2, so temper your expectations there. Anyway, that is it for Revice this week. Let us now move in to SHODO-Chronicle. Oh, hold on. There we go. We are here at SHODO-Chronicle, where we have Blank Ryuki. Very, very nice. He's looking absolutely good, and a Blank Ryuki is not complete without his sword. Yes, you can have him facing off against, I guess, an opponent, anyone, and then, you know, there's no release now that doesn't have this broken sword, and it's great. I love it. Even the Shoto one, I believe, only has the broken version of the sword, and I don't think it has the fixed version of the sword, so that's fun. Yeah, anyway, here is him with all his packaging. Looks very nice. A detailed, well, it should be front and back, but I guess we're going back and front. Still looks very good. They decided to remove a lot of the dragon details on this guy to make it look like it's blank, uncontracted, you know. And on top of that, we are still using the clear plastic visor over his head. I love that effect that it gives it, but it does give you a very distressed face underneath that they did not show this time, unfortunately. Also, we have the new visor here. I guess I said visor earlier, but this is a different type of visor. This is actually, I guess, I don't know what you call it, but it is blank. It is uncontracted, and you can, you know, open it up and close it, so you can make it look like you're inserting a card or what have you. So that's very cool. Also, here's a look at the accessories, and it does turn out that, hey, you do have the broken piece of the sword, like the actual rest of the blade. I was surprised by that. That's very neat. Anyway, let's now move on to No, the other one's Raya? No. Who's this guy? Oh no. Someone better correct me in the comments down below. I don't know who this guy is. I forgot his name already. One of these two is Raya. And I don't know which, because I feel like this guy should start with an R, because he's a rhino. But I know that's wrong. Oh well, we're still moving with it. I'm already 19 minutes in and I can't stop now. But he does look very, very nice. From the front at least. If you look at him from the back, it does seem like The silver paint did not extend to back here. It's unfortunate, but understandable. On top of that, his face gets fully painted. I really appreciate the look of this. They said that the eye slits and all those details were very tough to get down right, and they had to go back and forth with the factory to make sure this was correct. Even here, it does look a bit messy toward the center of it, where everything just sort of meets, but I understand this. This looks very good, especially at the scale. Also, here's a closer look at the chest, and you do get to see the very nice metallic sheen that the paint gives it. And all the rivets and stuff, all the detail, very, very good here. On top of that, his visor is detailed out here on the shoulder pad, and you can open it up to, you know, pretend like you're sliding in a card, much like the rest of these Ryuki figures. I don't know why you thought that might be any different. Also, he does come with his strike vent. It looks very good. They even considered at one point only packing his strike vent in with a premium Bandai item, but they said, you know what? He is so iconic with his strike vent that they did have to include it, and they did manage to slip it in there. So it's very nice of them to do, and I'm just happy to get that because I'm definitely not going to be getting the Mirror Monsters anytime soon just due to budgetary constraints. But hey, if you are, you know, congrats. I hope you have fun with them. Also, now let's move on to maybe this one's Raya? Is there one of them that's called Ray? I feel like no. Was that wrong? Who is this guy? Tell me in the comments. But he's nice and pink, and I like him. They even talked about the paint color, or the molding color they used on this guy, because they wanted to get that really accurate color down. Went back and forth with the factory, you know the whole deal. It looks very good, and even the stickers on the legs paint match really well. They didn't really point that out, but I'm noticing here that it does look very, very good together. On top of that, we do get an unfortunate update here with the sticker on the face. It's not the worst sticker that we've seen here before, but what was important to them was making sure that they got the pink slits around the eyes, or the pink detail, pink outline around the eye slits. And that was like, you know, for them, if it didn't have it, that would not be this character. So it does look very good in my eyes. I'm very excited to get this in hand. On top of that, he does have a PVC plastic, I guess, ponytail here, so it does get out of the way if you need it to. He does come with his visor in an open state and a closed state. It doesn't, you know, automatically, or not automatically, it doesn't move, it doesn't shift, so you do get two separate pieces here. Also, he does come with a card to do the copy vent, and he is fully compatible with everybody else's weapons if you choose to display him that way. It does look very good. Also, he does come with his own weapon. Awesome. I do appreciate this. It does look very good in hand. And you know, I have a feeling this is made out of PVC as well, just because it is so thin. But they did not specifically note that. And I do believe he does work very well on his premium Bandai item, or his premium Bandai contract monster. So, very cool stuff here. That is basically it for SHODO Chronicle Ryuki for this week. Next week, we do have a tease for, oh no, I'm gonna be so mad because I knew this guy's name. Oja, there it is. I got one. Thank you. So yeah, Oja is going to be revealed next week alongside a new figure for SHODO Revi. I know I said the rest of Buy 2 is accessory stuff, but I have a feeling they're just going to show us something from Buy 3 or Buy 4. So look forward to this guy and also whatever happens next for Revi. Anyways, guys, I believe that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Also, while you are here, head on down into the description down below because we have some Zenkaiger merch that you can purchase that I designed myself. And if you want to know more about Zenkaiger, I did a whole news video about some very interesting things coming out about them. Definitely check that out if you haven't already, or if you don't already know the news. But if you are down in the description, the most important links down there are the links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as the hashtag Stop Anti-Asian Hate, and also just a donation page to the Trevor Project. If you have any other charities, let me know in the comments down below, or in the feedback portion of our Discord, because we do have a Discord where you can chat with us. Yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Keep it. See you next time.